Guys, I'm truly excited today. This is my 50th episode, and when I started, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, what I was going to say, and how would others react to some of my videos. And I've gotten a mixture of praises along with, some really mean things. However, I'm happy to be doing this. I'm going to continue doing this, and hopefully more people will come and enjoy when I reach 100th episode. But today, let's enjoy the 50th episode. I want to talk about black division in America, and some people feel it's going to get hurt, but this is what is needed. Okay, so sit back, relax, and let's do this.
We will not own up to the fact that we have the highest rate of single motherhood, which is 56%. We also have the highest rate of obesity, which is more than half at 56.9%. And we will not deal with the fact that men find us masculine. And it's just difficult, and we're difficult to deal with. Yes, these may be statistics and these may be issues that we're tired of hearing. Yes, we as black women feel like we're being beat up on. Yes, we as black women feel like we're not being protected. Yes, we as black women feel like we're at the bottom of the totem pole. But if we're going to sit here and continue to be all up in our feelings, continue to still have an attitude, not look at statistics, not look at what, or listening to what people are saying and what men are saying, we're not going to get anywhere.
Black women don't know how to mind, and they don't know how to follow instructions, and they don't know how to sit down and be corrected. Black women can't be corrected. The preacher can't even correct them. God can't even correct them. You really got to beat black women.
What?
You got this on camera? Being pleased, cause you really got to beat black women. Every nigga I know got to damn near whoop his hoe. For a black woman to listen, you can't say, shut up. God damn. She come out the room, won't know who you calling them. Me and the mother girl shut up.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying? I've been looking at all these black women who can't keep a man, don't have a man, and they have a hard time listening to a man. One thing I know about the colored woman is one man she listen to, and that's a white boss. Can't nobody tell a black woman nothing but a white boss, homie. So you can't correct black women in America. You got to beat them.
I don't know about that beating a black woman, but he is right about black women. Very aggressive, can be rude, disrespectful, put their man's business out in the open, degrade them in public. And that's true. And I don't know what black men can do, because a lot of black men are, like I said, we're one of the poorest in America. We have so much riding on us or holding us back. Not oppression, it's the laws like that Bill Clinton and Joe Biden did, like the welfare reform, child support laws, things like that, is holding more black men than any other race. And it's keeping them at the bottom. And black women say they want a man making 6 figures, have their own house, car. They don't have it. They live in the projects or with their mom or something like that, but they feel like sex appeal, their bodies and their looks should be able to get them that man that has 6 figures and so forth. Does she respect that man? I have no clue, but she does respect what he has and what he can do for her. So, I agree with Charleston White on certain things, but that beating part and so forth, I'm not with.
They don't got abortion clinics at the border. They're telling us as American women, specifically black American women, we need to abort our children. But if you coming across the border with your baby, come to the land of milk and honey, the great land of opportunity. We'll take care of you. Joe Biden even said, I'll give illegal immigrants coming across the border $400,000 apiece. Can you imagine if they were to go to that black single mother living in the hood, not even $400,000, offer $4,000, because I know some black women that can make something jump with $4,000. Offer her $40,000. You know why they'll never give us that? Because they know that we'll never need them again. Welfare reminds me of an old man I used to date. I was in a relationship with him for 11 years. He would never marry me, right? But whenever my bills were due, I would tell him he would give me just enough. He had a whole lot of money. He would give me just enough. Rent due, $1,200. He'd give me $1,200, not 1 cent over, because he knew that every month the rent was due, that I would have to come back to him. He wouldn't give me $100,000 and say, here, baby, bump that, go buy you a house and start you a business, because then he felt like I wouldn't need him. The government system is the same way when it comes to black Americans. They'll never give us enough to get over and get up. It's only enough to make sure we continue to come back every 30 days so that we can remain slaves to their system.
Is changing the dependent age from 18 to 7. So I just need to know in August, are we sending them back to school or are we sending them to work? Because if the dependent age is now 7, you trying to say they dependent. If I'm not mistaken, back in the day, they used to work at that age, right? So is he trying to tell us that they need to go back to work? Because I don't think Trump know that these kids ain't regular kids. These kids will flip out if they ain't got they tablets. Now, is we putting them in IT? Is we teaching them kids how to code? They might like that. They might like that. We're going to have to figure out them some jobs, because they ain't going to do regular jobs. They barely listen to them teachers. Like, these employers is about to catch hell. They going to be babysitters. And don't put me at the same company as my kids. I don't want to work with them. I already got to be with them at home. Like, y'all done already took them out of school, so now y'all want them to work. And then don't put them as the same company as me. Like, this ain't.
Yo, we gotta start educating ourselves before we decide to get on the internet and make a fool of ourselves. But we'll get there. Let's continue.
This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Like, and how much is you paying these kids? Because if you my 7-year-old he needs to get paid well. He can't work for pennies, so that ain't gonna work either. Then you can't even disrespect that kids, because now they gotta leave their job to go to this job. They're gonna probably, oh my Lord, Trump ain't thinking this out. He ain't thinking this out clearly. And then the big families is definitely gonna get the most, like, to hit the most. Like, all, like, them single parents, they got like 8, 9, 10 kids. They go.
All right, let me give y'all a little bit of education so y'all stop looking stupid on the internet. So the dependent age is not changing from 18 to 7 to where you can actually claim the person as a dependent. All right. The dependent age is changing from 18 to 7 as far as you being required to have a job or to be working towards getting a job or be doing volunteer work or be going to school in order to qualify for government welfare or benefits. We like to label it as social services, but the reality is that people are getting on Section 8, they're getting food stamps, they're doing all of this, but they become forever welfare recipients, and Trump is saying that we're no longer going to just give people lifetime benefits and let them pass it on from family member to family member, because the system itself is not set up that way. It was never supposed to be that. While you have liberals and Democrats saying that we basically have to make sure that we give the most vulnerable amongst us, no, it's a whole lot of welfare fraud, a whole lot of social services fraud, where people don't even want to get a job. And if you are able-bodied, you're not old, you're not disabled, you're not a veteran, then you're going to have to go and get a job, especially if your child is above the age of 7. Now that we got that out of the way, here's the question that I really have to ask you. Why do you guys want so badly to be dusty? Why do you want so badly to take advantage of taxpayers? I believe that this is evil. I believe that people that look to take advantage of other people and is not using a system or is not using the services as intended. And let me be very clear. I am not just labeling black people or black culture just so.
So if you really want to know what's going on, you got to go back to the when President Lyndon B. Johnson was running the show, and he started the Great Society and the War on Poverty. And this initiative was to combat poverty through the sweeping social welfare reforms, and which was like Medicaid, food stamps, housing assistance, and aid to families with dependents, which was dependent children, which was called AFDC. Aid to AFDC. And it was designed to combat poverty, but it also was designed and Miss King made a very good point. It was designed to keep blacks in place. Now, Lyndon B. Johnson, as you know, is a Democrat, and he knew that Democrats could not win the White House on just a white vote alone. And at the time, before Jim Crow, during Jim Crow, blacks mostly supported Republicans. So the brainwashing and trial period, the socialist trial period began, and the government got black women to separate from their husbands. It was called the man in the house rule. So what happens is that they offer so much, but not enough to make you grow and become successful. Just enough to get by. And it was Medicaid, welfare check, food stamps, and you got enough just to survive, but you had a house, you got some money, and they were able to get a lot of blacks to join this program, which then caused the man to separate, which now has blacks on the highest end single family homes. But it also caused another problem, it caused women to be more empowered. Now, I'm saying this not in a positive way, because when I say women became empowered, it made them more able to do things compared to the man, because the child support laws started changing. Joe Biden co-authored the 1994 crime bill, which caused more black men to be disproportionately locked up compared to his counterparts. And it really caused a rift within black America. Black women started to become the breadwinner. Okay. They started because there's more programs for black women. It was designed this way, mind you. It was designed this way because before the Civil Rights Act of 1964 passed, black men led the way and the black women followed and supported their men. And as black people were fighting for equal justice, equality, the black men were seen as a threat because they held all the cards. They were the ones fighting, standing up, and so forth. Well, now they've weakened that. They've weakened black men because black men are now one of the poorest in America. And I'm not talking about the blacks that you see playing basketball and they are successful and they're millionaires, and you got people like Tyler Perry. And I want you to realize something. These black people, especially black women, because black women will degrade you. They will insult you. They will put you down. You being a black man, they will put you down. Now, ghetto white women, and I say ghetto white women because they're very hood. They're very street smart and not afraid to clap back. They will go through some things now. They will go through some things. Them ghetto white girls, they are no joke. They stand 10 toes down, I'm telling you. But you will be embarrassed, you will be humiliated, because us black people, we're rude, we're disrespectful. I mean, the list goes on. Okay? So I'm saying all of this because if you look at today's society, where blacks keep screaming about oppression and all this other stuff, we are very privileged. Blacks are very privileged. I mean, think about it. Black women continue up to now, get a check, get food stamps. If they were so oppressed, they won't be getting anything. But they get all of this. You see more black women driving cars. I mean, I cannot tell you how many black men I see don't have a driver's license because either child support is holding back and the amount of arrears that they owe is so high that they cannot catch up to at least enjoy life, to at least say, I want to be a truck driver or something, or cab driver, something. They can't do anything. The only thing they can do, because now, in order to have a job, you need an I-9. I mean, you have to fill out an I-9. And when you fill out an I-9, you have to have a driver's license. Or you can use a state ID. But that still prevents you from being able to drive a truck, to do things that you can live off of. Most I see work in the back of a kitchen. They're not managers, because managers of restaurants, they make money. The ones who work on the grill, or cleaning or dishwashing, most black men are doing that kind of work because either they fell into some hard times, the child support laws, they got to do something, or else they're going to jail, or they went to prison. So, and black women do not see us or respect us. This is the truth. They don't see us and they don't respect us. And this all started because it was designed that way by Democrats who basically said, we're going to take care of you. You don't need a man. And so, the black women, they fell for it. And, when the government says, we'll help you if you are on your own, they damn sure didn't. But just enough so that you have to still have your hands out begging the government. And so you can never let them go. And then the Democrats continue to boast about, and I want to talk about this. You notice what's happening with the illegal immigrants. They're doing the same thing they did to blacks when the Civil Rights Act of 1964 passed. They're giving Joe Biden, I mean, this is so, you can tell I'm passionate about this, but Joe Biden, this cuckoo was ready to give an illegal immigrant that have a child that's about to give birth or so forth, was willing to give them $400,000. Illegal immigrants with a kid, with a baby, about to give birth, or with children, $400,000. Now, I want you to think about that. You, born here in America, you're a black American, you're born here, you're scraping by, begging the government for your welfare check and the Medicaid and everything, and they only give you enough just so you can, still have them hands out, say, thank you, Mr. Government. And they're ready to give illegals $400,000. They can start their own business. They can buy a house, like whatever. And you have to still live in the projects with your hands out, begging for that government check. Now, how ignorant do we have to be to realize that you've been getting played from the beginning? So when y'all sit here and talk about President Trump and, President Trump, he's such a racist and he's cutting off my social programs, I really want you guys to think, because while you're crying about social programs, Joe Biden and Democrats are willing to give everybody else enough for them to get over the hump, while you have to still stay here. Barely, just right there, but no cigar. I mean, I don't get it. And because of that, I feel like black women have just become the rudest women on the planet. Just plain rude and disrespectful. And a lot of men are getting tired of it.
As a reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a black woman married to a black man, I've become deeply aware of the effects of this new black revolution on the relationship between black man and black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new black man expects from the new black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader.
White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding him by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
So if you listen to that video, you'll see that these guys back then were talking about the same thing. The feminist movement entered into black Americans' lives, and black women wanted to become, free, independent, career-minded, and so forth. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but what it did was it helped escalate that separation between the man and the woman, and started to make the women more powerful, because, like I said, they have more resources available to them compared to black men. And if you look at today, like Fani, Willis, Letitia James, and Marilyn Mosby, these women are just downright, like, I want you to look at their attitude, their behavior, the angry look. Like Fani Willis, you got busted. You're so wrong. Surprisingly, she still has not been held accountable. Okay, she was fooling around with a married man before she filed charges against Trump. Okay, hired the guy she's sleeping with, took the money, and he put it in, I don't know if you want to call it escrow. I don't know what they call it, where if I'm suing somebody and I get a lawyer and we win and they get the money, they put it in like this account where it has to stay there for a few days or so forth. And then once everything is cleared, then the lawyer would write the check out from that account, and it was sent to me, and they would keep their part. So that's what it's for. But they put the $700,000 in that and then started living a life, like, traveling, just doing all kind of stuff, and nothing. Letitia James, this lady ran a campaign just on getting Donald Trump. Now, the power that these women have, but the ignorance that they displayed was sheer madness. Like it was nothing I've ever seen before. And this is what's creating such a huge problem here in America, whereby, like I said, black men have to now toe the line. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. Black men are saying we don't have that luxury that black women have. We actually have to, it's actually the black men that have to work even harder because they have so much against them. Like I said, child support, the criminal justice system. It is really bad. And black women have so much opportunity. Like young, they're running around acting wild and stupid. And then when they go ahead, they can get a college degree. They can escape that crazy lifestyle they're living in. And then they can get college degree. They can, they can do so much, whereby black men, they have a hard time getting a college degree, especially when you have a felony. The school can determine if they even want you there. And so many black men have felonies that they cannot get the education they want. They can't get the kind of jobs that would really help them to be great fathers, be that man that they want to be. And black women are not allowing them to be leaders. They're making them into court jesters. They're straight fools. And we do stupid things. We go out there, black women this, and we need to support the black women this and that. And black women are looking for something higher. They want 6 figures. They want a man with a big house and fancy car. That's what they want. They say they need somebody that's equal to their level. And black men today, we're not talking about, like I said, not the basketball players, not the football players, not the actors or the rappers. And I'm talking about the average black man that's out there every day trying to survive and is having a hard time. This is the divide I'm talking about. There is no unity within the black community, or within black America, excuse me. There is no unity. It feels like it's every man for themselves. And if somebody makes it, or climbs up, we dog them. Okay. Like I said, once black women aligned with mainstream feminism, everything went downhill from there. And black women started to become more powerful. They started allowing black women to become CEOs and hold high positions. I was saying before in one of my other videos that I haven't seen a black CEO in the airline industry, especially for black men. We are really losing this battle, and I think that we really need to pay attention because, once again, we were second in population. Then Lyndon B. Johnson started the Great Society and the War on Poverty, and then we fell to third in population once he passed the Immigration and Naturalization Act of 1965. We then fell to third in population. And now, like these great programs that Obama approved and so forth, where now Asian Americans are coming in, especially the Indians, and they're getting these great loans and these deals where they can start their own business. But you have people here in America, and I'm talking about not just blacks, whites, but blacks I don't know how to say it, but it seems like blacks are having a more difficult time learning how to get loans for business and so forth. And Obama didn't set it up whereby blacks can be educated so that they can start their own business or, become that entrepreneur. No, he helped everybody else. And the blacks, they were left stranded. So I feel like we need to know what unity looks like. I don't know. Can we critique the system without scapegoating individuals? I think the system played a huge role in creating the divide, but I truly feel like we have come to a point in our lives where we should be more aware. We should be more educated to understand what's going on, how to defeat that system, and how we can build bridges and not destroy them. Because right now, we don't even have a canoe. We can't even make it across the water. We hate each other. We're, like I said, we're rude, disrespectful. We will assault each other, especially black women. They will put your business out there. They will degrade you. They will insult you, humiliate you. And this is the truth. And I'm not saying all black women, because there's some beautiful black women out there. Just like there's some beautiful white women, there's some beautiful Asian women, there's beautiful Hispanic women, there's beautiful people, period. But we have those ignorant ones. And like I said, black women can be very rude, disrespectful. Most, not all, can be very disrespectful, have an attitude, treat their men like crap because they know they don't have they don't have the type of they don't have the ability to achieve certain things, because there's a whole lot of things holding black men back. Like I said, child support, the criminal justice system, things like that. And instead of us conquering those things by, being law-abiding citizens, we continue to do dumb, stupid stuff. So I'm not saying black women are causing black men to go to prison, but I'm saying that black women are really turning their backs on black men because black men can't keep up with them. That's the truth. And if you don't believe me, go walk out. I want you to see a black woman, average, not rich or anything like that, but she'll have a car, she'll have a place to stay, she'll always have $1 in her pocket. And then I want you to see a black guy. I want you to ask him if he's paying child support. What is this and that? Because black couples, they can't work things out. We have to make sure you're hurting, like you're struggling. And like others say, white women, white men, they might go through a lot, but they don't do the stuff that black women and black men do. Like I said, a black woman take that man to child support, she will do everything in her power to degrade him, to humiliate him, to make sure that he has nothing. And then after he has nothing, she's going to let him know that he's a bum. And he can never be with her because he has nothing for her. And that's the truth. Okay, so I don't know, but I hope that we get our act together, because by 2065 we'll be fourth in population. Then we have to ask ourselves, what's next? Because then Democrats don't need us, because the Asian Americans will be 14% in population. They won't need us. I mean, they'll need us because they want us to continue voting for them. So they'll keep giving us that little welfare. Just enough so you could wet your whistle, but not enough to be successful and to be with a man and grow with him. Think about it. Y'all might put me down now, but in the long run, when you think about it, you'll see that I'm 100% correct. But anyway, thank you guys for being on my show, listening to me, and celebrating this 50th episode. Like I said, it had to be something controversial, but I'm happy with it because, it's something I enjoy talking about. Certain things in life, social and political. And now we're going to have to go into the political side because a lot is happening with Trump. This governor in Minnesota wishing for Trump to die. Like, that guy's weird, man. Like, I don't know what's up with him and that weird wife of his. But anyway, I digress. You guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. And once again, thank you for helping me to celebrate my 50th episode. Until then, peace, guys.